I'm just gonna say it. I think these anniversary realms are probably the worst version of Classic ever created so far. And I don't think it's even fucking close. I think it's actually a miserable experience for the players. Like and it's just Blizzard's fault. Like you have rushed phases with no adjustments to the loot drops from bosses, so no one gets any gear. Then a completely like ridiculous honor grinding system that requires farming specific honor amounts to get any progression. So everyone their mom is farming AV because it's the only way to get gear. And then you have extremely inflated prices and bots everywhere, so you can't even farm anything. I mean, how the fuck are you supposed to play the game? It's actually insane. Like, am I wrong? I want to be wrong, by the way. I want anniversary to be good. Like,
Yeah, boy.
I don't gain anything with saying it's bad.
Sus donated €3.
I
You
wanna be
sound
wrong.
like you know a lot about the gold buying scene, like you are in it. Stupendously sus, bro.
I've never bought gold. I don't, why do people think I've bought gold, man?
Sus.
I don't know. Like, I want to be wrong. I want to be like, I'm exaggerating, and the servers are great, and blah blah blah, right? But it's just there's a lot of things that have been done incorrectly. You know, it started off really well, like, you know, the announcement of dual spec and stuff like that. Chrono Boost in the game already. But then, like, you know, you have 3-month phases, which is fine. But if the bosses are dropping 2 items each, then no one gets any gear. No, you don't have enough time to get gear in 3 months that way. And then you have the ranking system, which is a lot faster and easier. So then people end up ranking, even though they might not want to do it, because, hey, this is pretty much how I can get gear. Unless I get super lucky in raids. And then, God forbid, you're raiding in a guild that requires at least some consumables, because the consumes are extremely expensive. And then some people are like, just farm gold, bro. How do you farm gold? When you go to Winter Spring and there's 7 hunters and 2 priests, I've seen screenshots of this, I'm not making it up, by the way, that are camping this guy that drops a guaranteed fire water. How the fuck is that farming? And that's on every layer. Like, so, like, when there's inflation in the game, normally what I tell people is just farm the inflated items. Problem solved, right? Truly. But if you can't farm the inflated items because there's so many people that are trying to do it and bots, then you actually have your hands tied. So unless you're a mage boosting players in dungeons getting RMT'd gold, there's no way for you to farm gold reasonable unless you put in a crazy amount of hours. And you say TBC hype, TBC will have the same problem. They already kind of did in the last version of TBC. I think Blizzard has to find more creative ways of basically suppressing bots. And the way you could, so if you can't reasonably ban bots fast enough to where they get new bots, what you can do is adjust the game itself with the resources to where bots farming resources is not as impactful. Because, like, if Black Lotus, let's say, is 40 gold, and then bots are picking Black Lotus, it's not as good for them, right? So you gotta come up with more interesting ways. Like, my idea, this is my idea, I'm not saying this is the best thing to do, is certain dungeons, level 60 dungeons, whatever, when you kill the last boss, they drop a satchel for every player, like the satchels I was opening earlier that have random materials like fire water, herbs, Black Lotus, random shit, element of fire, doesn't matter, like, it's RNG. And okay, now bots maybe can 5-man the dungeon and kill the last boss. Fuck it, then we have more of them. The prices would plummet, and then the bots that are farming all these materials will get way less gold, and then have to go back to doing what bots normally do, which is farming raw gold. Gray items, right? That's what they do on Salt, by the way. Which still sucks, because that still adds inflation. But at least things will be a lot more affordable. But no matter what, bots will hurt the game. You know, like, there's no way to make bots not hurt the game. There's just ways for the bots to not control the entire market, which is what's happening right now. I swear to God, bro, this shit is just like Blood Diamond. They got all these fucking diamonds hidden in some, like, giant warehouse, and they're charging people fucking 5,000 euros for a goddamn ring that's not worth jack shit. That's exactly what's going on here with the fucking economy. I mean, tell me I'm crazy. Like, I feel like, at this point, even if you're a no changes guy, you're like a die-hard no changes man, okay? You have to be okay with some compromise. You know? Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing a lot of people that are normally like hardcore no changes. They're caving in. They're like, yeah, something has to happen here. They understand, you
Great
know.
to meet you.
They understand. Because it's not as black and white as it was in the past, you know. And in my opinion, I think a lot of the issue as well, apart from bots and large servers, is the player base as well is a lot more knowledgeable about World of Warcraft now. You know what I mean, guys? Like they know what consumes are good and stuff like that, and they're more desirable to buy them. The demand is even higher per player than it was in the past. Apart from the fact that the demand is higher because there's more people. It's actually like so many things that are adding onto each other that create what is happening. It's just, you know, it's like a massive Jenga that keeps building and it's not falling. But if you make a few changes, you can actually, you know, potentially fix it. I swear, like, they gotta do a big change. They can't just add faster Black Lotus. I don't think that's enough. Like, what's that gonna fix, guys? And like someone said earlier, that was really wrong. Like, his argument was like, if Black Lotus now comes from normal herbs, then more bots will pick normal herbs, but they're already picking them. The normal herbs are 5 gold each. Because Mongoose is 20 gold. So, you're not gonna see a difference in quantity of those herbs, right? Like, let's just say a 10% increase, then that's a very generous, you know? Show that Jenga clip again? Dude, that Jenga clip was crazy, chat. Oh my god. That was crazy. That was a naughty clip. That was very naughty. Swipe is the way. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, and I normally hate gold buyers. I hate the normal gold buyers.
Watch your back.
People that always buy gold, no matter what the economy is, fuck those guys. But people that are buying gold for the first time because of how anniversary is, understandable. It's fucking understandable. But you gotta understand though that that's what the bots want you to do though. So understand this, right? So when the economy is so bad because there's so many bots, blah 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 blah, then more people buy gold like you that have never bought gold before. You are actually the more important person, because people that always buy gold, but you're like a new customer. And then when new customers enter the scene, then the bots become more profitable, and then there's even more bots. It's kind of like this thing that grows and spreads like a cancer or some shit, right? So you're still a big part of the problem, even though it's understandable why you're buying gold. And I'm not gonna be mad about it when, like, how bad things are. You're making it a lot worse, essentially. The honestly best thing to do is just hit the unsub button instantly. If you don't care, you have other games you would like to play that like are good to you, just insta hit unsub. Like, that's the best thing to do by far. You vote with your money, all right? Like, it's a lot better to not play the fucking game than give some fucking dog shit bot your hard-earned money because Blizzard doesn't make the game better for you. That is by far the best thing to do. Don't fucking play the game, all right? Go on a fucking private server. Go play fucking Turtle WoW. That's a lot better use of your time, and that will make Blizzard actually do something, bro. All right? They will do something because they see players leaving because it's unacceptable the state of these servers, all right? You playing on those fucking servers and giving gold money to the bots is just feeding into your addiction of the game and actually making the game worse for everybody else. And yourself. That is the best thing to do, all right? Don't look at me because I'm playing the game. I'm addicted as well, but like, I make money from this game. This is my fucking job, whatever job, Omega Lure, right? Don't fucking do what I'm doing, right? Do the opposite. Now, I'm playing SOD anyway. I'm not even playing Anniversary right now. But if I was, bro, if I was a normal person playing fucking Anniversary, I would quit that shit in a fucking heartbeat. It ain't worth it, buddy. Fuck them. Blizzard has to get off their lazy ass. And if they're gonna launch a product, make it a good product, bro. What's the point of launching these servers if you're gonna abandon them after a week? And let the servers run the way they are.
Circle of healing, oh taunt, do something.
I'm actually pissed, by the way. I'm actually pissed. Like, I don't even play that, and I'm fucking pissed. Like, and I'm sorry for crashing out. I'm sorry for being a bitch. Like, but it really pisses me off when I feel like this company keeps launching all these versions of World of Warcraft Classic, and I feel like every version of Classic they launch, they just put in less effort to every other version, including that version they launch. What's the point of having 5 versions of
Sorry,
Classic
Rage Pogo.
if none of them are actually properly monitored? You know, like, what the fuck is this? It's crazy. And I'm being real, bro. Like, they will not do anything if you keep playing. That's it. Like, if they keep making money, they're like, whatever, these guys are still playing anyway. Fuck it, right? That's what it is. It sucks. Hopefully, Scorpion, they see, like, the feedback from people, which the feedback is really bad on that announcement, but like, oh shit, this is not the issue. But they should have known this a long time ago, man. Like minimum a month ago. That, you know, having this many players on one server. I mean, the price was already up, right? I mean, remember Blue Sapphires being like 120 gold each? Like, that was like 3 months ago, right? Fuck me, man. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, it actually does snowball because people start buying gold for the first time. And that actually makes the bot economy better. And then more people bought. And it just... It's just... No one wins. Like if you could have a graph, bro. Like genuinely, I'm not even trolling. Like, if hypothetically, the same amount of people keep playing. This is the price of things. Like, you are here. You know? Like, that's reality, bro. That's reality. It's only gonna get worse. This happened on Era, by the way. This happened on Era, but over a longer period of time. I think Flasks on Era were over 1,000 gold, right? At some point. What happened with Era, though, is once Blizzard launched the Anniversary servers, a lot of the bots swapped over to Anniversary. And then the prices on Era, I think they kind of chilled a bit. Also, half the people play Era now. So Era had 20k people. Now they have 11k. So less demand, right? So that kind of probably helped everything. And that's the only thing that can help Anniversary. If Blizzard doesn't do anything with Anniversary, the only thing that can help is people quitting the game. So right now there's 100,000 people. If it's like 30,000 people, assuming the amount of layers are not reduced by proportional amounts, which I don't know, maybe they do, then it should be fine. The prices would go down, right? But if the layers also go down, then nothing changes. This is what I don't understand, guys. Why are there only 3 layers?
Boy.
Isn't that like really low?
Spurgatron donated €3.
They must have done
How
some
did
weird
they think
change
that
with
was
layers,
okay
man.
to put in the game. I'm so sick of this company. It sucks playing this cack. Fix the game. I'm addicted.
Yeah, bro, I'm addicted too. I was having a great time, bro. I was having a great time on Anniversary, but I was not exposed to the end game. I was level 40, right? 44. And I was playing on a PvE server. So let me talk about this real fast, and then I'll move on from this topic because I'm actually upset and genuinely fucking pissed. Okay? So, on the PvE server, things are not that bad. I'll explain why. So on Hardcore, there's like way more layers for some reason because I have a different layer technology. Okay? Can be up to 10 layers at a time. And they don't go down. Layers only increase on Hardcore and then reset on weekly reset. Right? So it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and then 1 again. Swear to God, that's how it works. I played there for 4 months. Those servers are connected to PvE. So what are people doing? They are farming Black Lotus, Silver Sage, Plague Bloom, Bronze Blood, everything. For free, there's like almost no competition. You saw me, I picked like 50 Black Lotus on Shkak. I'm not even a fucking hunter. On Hardcore, I have to like risk my life as a shaman. It's easy to die, you know? And then they send them to level 1. And then transfer all of that for free to the PvE server. So PvE server, right? That's how fucked up the game is. Ironforge.pro, demographics, okay? Anniversary, okay? So, Spine Shatter, Night Slayer, 30,000 players. PvE, 17k, 16k. So pretty much half the population, right? So, half the population, but then they have access to an entire different server with twice or 3 times the layers for free. So when you think about it, these servers here, they have access to, I want to say like 3 to 4 times the resources because they also have less people. And that's why the prices are lower. I was wrong about the whole, oh, it's a PvE versus PvP thing where PvP players are more sweaty, so they use more consumes. Probably a bit true, but that's not even what's actually happening here. What's happening is these servers just have access to the resources of these servers, which have double or triple the resources of every other server because the layering system is different. That's what you gotta understand. I'm able to just go farm firewater. And if there's someone else farming water, they're gonna give it to PvE. They're transferring them. They're all hunters farming it. So these servers have it pretty good, although they still have inflated prices, which, by the way, is insane. It's unbelievable. A flask is still over 100 gold on PvE, right? Which is very intimidating, because, like, okay, so if a flask is 100 gold on PvE servers, when they have access to, let's say, 3 times the layers of let's say twice, let's be generous, twice the layers of PvP, and they have half the players, how the fuck is adding more layers gonna fix it for PvP? Can you guys think about that now? So if the flask is half the price when they have half the players and twice the layers, that should be 4 times cheaper if you think about it from a supply demand perspective, even though that doesn't work that way. So if you just double, triple the layers on PvP, it would lower the prices, no doubt, but it wouldn't make it like fucking free. I think the flask would still be over 200 gold. So it's very scary to think about like that. So even on the perfect conditions of PvE servers, which they have been perfectly set up for success by Blizzard, it's still kind of bad. It ain't as bad as PvP, but it's still bad. So how is that happening actually? Why is the flask not cheaper than 100 gold on PvE servers? Can someone explain that to me? It should be really cheap, guys. It should be honestly free. It's very strange.
You need something? See you later. Hello.
I mean, when I was
Have a
playing on the
good one.
PvE servers in the beginning,
See you
it was
around.
90 gold per flask. So why is it 180 gold now? What happened? It's kind of weird, right? Like I'm just saying. Yeah, so they have the same problem. Yeah, they have the PvE servers
How are
have
you?
similar. I don't know if can you say they have the same problems though? Because like if you can make a hardcore character
Safe.
and then transfer to PvE, okay, look, they have access to more layers because of that. It's true, and they have half the players. So it's not exactly the same issue. What they have as well as bots probably. But yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like the prices on PvE shouldn't be that bad. They're not as bad as PvP, like, but they're also kind of bad. The amount of people transferring mass is much lower than you think. Maybe you're right, but I wanna disagree with you, because from my experience, herbing for 5 hours a stream for like a couple weeks, I just noticed so many. Let me tell you why, man. So this is my evidence, right? I saw a lot of Alliance hunters on Doomhowl, which has no one playing Alliance on Horde, on hardcore, farming Black Lotus. Why would an Alliance hunter be farming Black Lotus on that server? He was clearly transferring it to PvE, which is bigger on Alliance. Alliance, right? But yeah, maybe it's not as many people doing it as I think. That I would be open to thinking that, but I've seen it, bro. I've seen a lot of Alliance players on Doomhowl. There are hunters at 60, farming Black Lotus, farming herbs, Grumslot as well. And they were on the clock. Not bots, actually people. But yeah, maybe it's not happening as much though. Even if that's not the case, even if we just go with like no one is transferring, which is not true, right? The PvE servers have around the same amount of layers as PvP with half the players. That makes no sense, right? But I think that's happening because Blizzard made a change to layers on PvP servers, right? Where they want less layers, so there's more word PvP. Okay. W. But if you're gonna do that, you have to adjust the world so that the resources are enough for people. So lower the spawn rates of mobs, or increase the drop chances, or add satchels, reels, whatever, right? You gotta, you know. It's a shame that they didn't think about that. Yeah, exactly. No, so I have a lot more players. Yeah, as I just showed. Yeah, somebody said that yesterday. It's like, does Blizzard want people to quit Anniversary and play SOD instead? Because SOD has more new... I don't know, though, like... I don't really see that, because, like... Okay, hear me out, right? So, like, okay, let's say you quit Anniversary and then play SOD instead, you're still subbed, right? Doesn't matter. Like, if you were playing Anniversary because Anniversary was fun for you, it's the same, right? There's no difference. I don't understand that logic of wanting people to play SOD over Anniversary. It's the exact same game on the same sub. They don't make more money. There's no microtransactions. The only tinfoil hat theory I can think of is that SOD is a gateway drug to like MOP or retail WoW, and then maybe those people get converted to those versions of WoW which have more microtransactions. Kind of a reach, but that's all I can come up with. Because it's more similar to them than it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's closer to them, right? Even though it's far away, it's still closer, right? But that makes no sense. That's all I can think of, right? I don't think that makes sense either. If they tackle the bot issue someday. But dude, I'm just black pilled, right? So I don't believe Blizzard will ever fix the bots. I can't. You know. I gave up on the bot epidemic back in the start of Wrath of the Lich King Classic, when I saw hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of DK bots going in Botanica on my servers. Like, yeah, they don't care. You know. And then SOD, if somehow you didn't give up during that phase, in SOD there were thousands on the same server of bots in stockades. They were like fucking mosquitoes, like you know. You should see the go on YouTube and look it up, you know. And you know what Blizzard said when somebody showed video and went viral? There's the same amount of bots as there normally is. It's just they're all consolidated in the same farm because it happens to be the most efficient. That was what they said. Well, if somehow you weren't black pilled yet in Wrath Classic, that should have been enough. So I don't even. I don't think it will ever be no bots. Like it would have to be fucking a miracle, you know. So I'm on the side of how can we mitigate the influence of them. That's what I look at, right? I'm a coper, I guess, you know. I wish I was more optimistic, but how?